Hi guys, welcome to my studio for this new experience. Thank you so much to be here. I would like to share with you some hints regarding how to use the Fractal, the new Fractal AM4 for the live show. Just tonight, I have a, a gig, okay, in a small venue, and I wanted to bring me up my Fractal M4. I already use it on in a theater, a huge venue, with a very big satisfaction and a big result. Practically, I have the same sound I have since I use Fractal with AM4. First of all, I wanted to. Mm, you're absolutely welcome. First of all, pay attention on these three words. It is Italian words, but I translate. These three words are the pillars of my sound philosophy. To me, it's really important. Ascolto means listening, experience, esperienza, experience. It is easy. Educazione, it's also easy for you. Education. To me, is really necessary when you are creating your sound, when you play and so on, to use these three pillars. To me, of course, ascolto means asco- listening without any bias. Guitar player has too much bias, in my opinion. Too much. They are fully of bias because my cousin says this, my brother said this, the famous guitar players say this and that, and so on. So, world tons of okay information. Maybe some information are good, some information are, let me say this, bullshit. Really bullshit. Okay, tons of information as this, and information is nothing if you don't make any experience, because you have to try yourself some information. You cannot bring okay, of course, me for the first, I am inspired when I see some guitar player, when I listen some sound, and so on, but I have to try on myself and make my own experience. Only with my experience I'm able to reach the target. Okay? And if you try to think a bit, how many bias we have, because we see some marketing information, we see a lot of YouTuber. Now YouTube is so fully of reviews, and from this point of view, let me be a bit. Sometimes I see reviews from people that has no the material on the table. They speaks only to see on the website, and this is to me is incredible. How it's possible that you make a review without have the material on the table? This is crazy. But that people create a lot of hype, a lot of discussion, a lot of bad things, good things, sometimes bad things. And then, please check what is the experience of the people who make the reviews. Because if you stay on your room, in your bedroom, it's difficult. You have the right idea of how to play, how to make the sounds, how to create the presets. Of course, is also important. Okay, and this is the explanation of the word experience. Make your experience, and your experience should suggest to you which influencer are good and which are not good. Okay? Of course, you can do what you want. Everybody can open a YouTube channel and can say anything. Okay. But we have few elements to to check the trustly of some people. Okay. And education. Education is not okay. Good morning, good night, hello. I'm Marco Fanton, and so on. Okay, of course. Education is how you approach the things, how you study, how you take your knowledge. Education means more knowledge. This is really important. And unfortunately, we live in a world where everything has to, there is a time limit. The attention of the people is about 5 minutes. Okay, but you cannot reduce complex argo in a very few minutes. Okay, it's like to drive a Boeing 747. You cannot summarize a course of to drive the fly in 20 minutes. You need time. You need time. You need to dig the argo and also to make your experience. Okay. Sorry for this intro, but it is absolutely necessary because I continue to listen. Can I say fake? A lot of fake news. Fake news, we can hear fake news everywhere. But I continue to people. 4 blocks are too low, are too small. AM4 is too small. It's expensive. Is this and that and so on and so on and so on. Okay. I already make a long introduction about AM4, but okay. I wanted to start from the end. I wanted to share with you with my experience to use AM4 for the live gig. Because today, as I told you, tonight, I am on stage to play. Okay. 4 blocks are not enough. Okay, you can check it yourself. So, let's immediately go to the... Sorry, I need the glass. German, you have a lot of German good friends that make a very good tutorial for this. Okay, guys, let me check this editor. You can see, of course, my M4. This is exactly what I will have tonight on the stage. AM4 with the pedal. I use the pedal as a volume and also automatic activate the tuner when the pedal is held down. Okay. You have two. You can see 2 connections, this and that, to the mixer in stereo mode. Okay, there is a. I need because AM4 has a balanced output, but you need a cable like this. I can show you. You need this cable TRS here. I don't know. Okay, okay. TRS from the output and XLR to connect to the mixer. Okay, very simple. So, because we have the balance, and balance connection is absolutely better, especially on live gig, on stage, and so on and so on. Okay. Then I have the connection here with the volume, the power supply. Okay. The white cable is the USB-C cable to connect to the editor. Okay. I use only now for the demo. Okay. Okay, my wireless system I use a X5 A58. It is very nice, very nice. And I need another cable that I wanted to show you now. Okay, to connect the FR speaker. It is similar to the output cable, but instead to have the standard TRS 6 millimeters, you have the small one. Okay, I want to show you if let me check the focus. Okay, I use this camera. Maybe it's better. Camera 2. Okay, is this one? Okay, now it's better. So it's very simple. It is the same of the other connector, but with a smaller. So you can connect this on the headphone output, and you can connect the FR cabinet. Very easy. Okay? Nothing else. Nothing else. So I would like how to organize my presets. So let's come back to the editor. Okay, the editor is this one. Okay, perfect. I organize my gig with 4 presets. In reality, I can use a single preset with scenes, but because the preset changeover is totally gapless, and also there is the spillover, I prefer to use 4 different presets. I create the preset lead plus, the lead plus. Okay, it is the lead sound with the chorus. Some people claims that and complains that there is no pitch that to me is not a problem. You can use the chorus for voice analog is pretty nice. It's pretty similar also to the pitch detune. Then I have a lead. It is the same preset without chorus. I have a crunch with the slightly chorus. Okay, you can see the mixer is 16%, 70% instead of this one is 32. Okay, and then I have the clean. The structure of the presets is the same. And remember one thing that to me is really important. Sorry for this, but I have to remember this to you. I can make some private lesson on my studio, and many people come here to get lessons about my sounds, how to create the sounds, the presets, and so on. They have the possibility to stay in a professional room, okay, with professional monitors, headphone, in-ear monitors, and so on and so on. So it is a really good experience. And I have to tell you that when they show me the presets they have, and they say, "Oh, I have so big problem because this preset is confused. I cannot create my best sound." Every time the problem is there is too much things, too much gear inside the presets. Because okay, modeler is a great unit, but you never forget these things. Less is more. Less is more. It is not necessary to put everything into the presets. Like you, sometimes I see some people that share the analog gear where there are huge pedal board with a lot of effects, huge rack, and so on. Okay, I ask by myself, but why they need so huge and so many things? I am really curious how to use it, because to create some sound, it is necessary very few elements. Maybe you can have different sound, but you have to switch between other effects. But the sound itself is composed with very few effects. It is not necessary to put too much compressor before, after the amp, equalizer, 3 equalizer, because I am really smart because I use 3 equalizer. No, you are not smart. Sorry guys. You need to use 3 equalizer because you have to tweak the first equalizer because it's wrong. So you have tried to correct the second one and try to correct the third one, because the starting point is completely wrong. And this is my experience with that people. And usually, to correct that sound, I cut equalizer, everything. And at the end, I remain with very few blocks. Most of the time, 4 blocks, 4 blocks. The amp, the cabinet, reverb, delays, and chorus. 5, okay. 5, it is exactly the number of the blocks you have on the AM4. Yes, because you say AM4 has 4 blocks, not as more blocks, but you have to dig. You have to investigate, you have to try, you have to make your experience. And of course, you have to follow my tutorial, because if you don't follow my tutorial, you cannot get the knowledge. And I'm not jealous of my knowledge, guys. I wanted to share. Absolutely. So follow my channel, subscribe my YouTube channel, put a like, and share my channel with your friends. Maybe they need some information. Perfect. Well, as I told you, people that come here in the studio, I have to cancel this casting that, and first of all, I have to find out the root of my sound. It is the amp and the cabinet. Then I can add the ambient effect, but the main part is the ambient, is the amp and the cabinet. And okay, let's come back to the editor, and you can see here on AM4. The amp block is not only the amp block that, as we know from the other Fractal unit or most of the modelers, where the cabinet is separated from the amp. In Fractal, AM4 amp block include also some other important things. The cab, as you can see here, you have the amp, okay, and is a simple. It seems simple, but it is exactly the amp that we have in the bigger unit, like a Fractal Axis FX3. It is absolutely the same, no compromises. But I see only few controls, few knobs, of course, yes, but you can able the expert edit, wow, and a lot of information appear. But many people complains that it's too complicated to see this and that. It is Fractal is so difficult. Okay, if you are not an expert, you don't need. Stay on the simple interface. And you can find gain, bass, treble, presence, depth, and that with this amp. Nothing else. You have the global EQ. If you want to use the global EQ, so you have another effect. You don't need to add the EQ. I prefer don't use EQ. In this case, I use a bit of EQ on to boost the 500 hertz. But you have another effect. So it's not anymore. It's amp block plus the EQ plus the cab. So third block. Okay. And there are some very interesting control now. I hope that this method will be also implemented on the other unit. Also the editor I love more, because the editor is wide aspect, and I love more compared the standard Fractal. So I hope that the next generation of editor will be the same. There is some extras. Okay, very important extra. For example, the output boost. Output boost, when you can define how to boost the volume. For example, for the rhythm part and the solo, with the output boost is easily activable. Also with I will show you, with a foot switch, and is not necessary. Usually on my preset you see a volume block after the amp, where I put a boost of 2.6, 2.8 or 3 dB, like in this case 3 dB. I put that block after the amp to boost the volume, and for the solo you have this boost included, another block included. You have also the room. Room is really important to create the sound realistic. Room effect is the typical effect of the amp in the room. It is also included. Okay? So I wanted to show you the clean part. Switch off the chorus, switch off the delay. Okay. On the amp block, I use in this case Shiver Clean is one of my favorite amp for the clean part. Okay, super nice reverb, the very famous Fractal reverb. I love that. I love that how Fractal handle the ambient effects. I love the ambient effects to give the more realistic sound. And it's a simple whole reverb. This is the default reverb. Okay, I have the delay, stereo tape. It is the same delay that I use on the other preset. And also I have the chorus, 4 voices, analog chorus. It is amazing chorus. Once more, guys. This is amazing chorus. I wanted to show you, but oh, Marco, but I need a compressor because you say all the time that, especially on the clean sound, you need the compressor. Yes, this is true, and of course you have the compressor. What? Yes, the compressor is inside the amp. How you can it? This is the only case you need to activate the expert edit. Okay, and go to the preamp section. Sorry, the power amp section. And as you can see here, there is the output compressor. And output compressor is pretty similar to the compressor. I can say it is a bit better when you can define the threshold, the clarity, okay, and the amount. The effect is really, really nice. You can see also the gain reduction. The clarity. You can try these parameters, are very nice. It's a very nice compressor, guys. Especially with for the country. Okay, very, very, Very nice compressor effect. So you can tweak a bit with the amount. It's a strange compressor, of course, but it's very nice, and I love it. I love it so much. Okay, you can play with this. And I use the compressor only on the clean sound to have my... Let's come back to the standard editor. This is my typically... Tonight I play with my tribute band, Toto. The band is T-Side, and it is a tribute to Toto, so... So I need such kind of clean sound. I can show you an example, guys. Let me show you the real situation. Okay, this famous song of Toto. It is. I want to use this. Okay, I wanted to use this this screen. You can see how I can handle 4 presets. So I have the clean sound, the crunch, clean, the crunch sound, the lead, and the lead with the chorus. Okay, I can show you. I use it with a song. This change. I love so much these songs. Or I can Stop Loving You. Why not? Why Stop Loving You? Okay, you know. Okay. Clean sound.
Reflections in my mind, thoughts I can't define. My heart is racing and the night goes on. I can almost hear the laugh coming from your photograph. Funny how a look can share 1,000 meanings. Pretended lies, automatic alibis. Is it really you or is it me I'm blaming? Addition and your greed flashes over me. Even though you're gone, I feel you deep inside. It's beneath the light without looking in your eyes. I can't stop loving you. Time passes quickly and chances are few. I won't stop till I'm through loving you. In the heart, I've tried
Another song with a clean sound, for example. This change.
someone else is thinking. Everybody keeps talking about you. I can't lie anymore.
solo. Eccetera, eccetera, eccetera. Okay, guys? So, no gap, nothing, and I have all the effects I need, and the sound is really rich because for the solo. Okay, but I have many other options. Look, during the live gig, for example, I wanted to use this sound. It is a crunchy sound. I have to let me adjust the. Okay, so you can see the screen better. So, for example, I wanted to bypass the chorus. Okay, I go to the gig mode, press the foot switch 1 and 2, go to the effects, and I can switch off the chorus and also delay. Not only, I can also boost the amp, so I can make the solo also with the crunch sound. When the amp is boosted, the LED becoming white. Okay, the same. I can do the same with the clean sound. Okay. I can boost the amp. I can also change the tap tempo, okay? I have to enable the delay, of course, before. So, with the foot switch 3 and 4, I can activate the tuner, but also the tap tempo. Okay, guys. Clear. And with only 4 blocks, I can get exactly the sounds I use on the live gig. I don't need more effects. I have 2 tribute band. Tonight I will play with the Toto tribute band, and I have a tribute band of Dire Straits. And I already realized that the presets, not the same, less gain, but less different sound, but it's it depends how you organize your presets, of course. It's absolutely up to you. But 4 blocks are more than 4 blocks, okay? And it's depend how you use. And AM4, let's say, it is a very good opportunity to try to squeeze and to use less effects, less things, because the sound needs less things. Less is more. Remember this. This philosophy to me is really important. Okay. As I promised you, you can do your questions. So I open the chat and I'm ready to answer to your questions. Okay. Alejandro, è fantastico che tu insegni con esempi tratti il Lukather. Saluti l'Argentina. Okay, Alejandro says it's fantastic that I teach you with some example from Steve Lukather. Is my favorite guitar player. And okay, thank you so much to Alejandro. Alejandro should be correct name. Okay. In Italian is Alessandro. Alejandro in Spain. Okay. Saludos from Argentina. Okay, the great sound of mine comes Monday. I hope it is easy to use. I'll have to order protective cover from. Okay, you can use it, but I never use any protective cover. But if you prefer, if you feel safe, you can do this, of course. It is absolutely easy because every kind of operation, I would like to show you guys. If I needed to change something, let me. If you needed to say to do something on the unit, select the amp, enter, and you have a very simple interface, onboard interface, and you can tweak everything very, very easy. AM4, like a VP4, is absolutely easy compared to the other biggest unit like FM3, FM9, and XFX3. Is made for people that don't want to dig too much and to have a very easy interface. And this is absolutely important. Okay, so you have exactly what you need from the real amp, the real cabinet, the real effects, and so on. I wanted to dig I wanted to modify the delay. Okay, exit, select the delay, enter, and you have the parameter of the delay, feedback, left and right, time, and so on. Very, very, very easy. Okay. And of course, what is really nice is that you can go to the expert edit and you can activate the full functionality of the fractal modeling. And it is nice. To me, it's absolutely necessary because I continue to tell that, okay, easy to use means less flexibility. It is matter of fact, guys. When I see people, it is too difficult to use. Yes, maybe it's difficult because Fractal is the highest professional unit, and you need to know some part of the sound. Because with easy approach, you can also simple sound, easy sound. When you listen some sound from the recording, do you know how much work is behind that recording? Equalization, ambient room, ambient effects, and so on. With Fractal, you can do this. So it is a matter, you cannot get the super sound without to spend a bit of time to learn how to do this. I'm sorry, guys. Nobody has how can I say this, the wizard stick. But this is good approach because you can have the easy interface for the simple user, but if you wanted to go to the expert mode, you can simply activate it by the editor. And this is fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Thank you very much to Fractal for this approach. This is perfect. It is a long time that I wish I wish let's say an easy editor for the beginners, and also but with the possibility to go to the expert mode. And this is perfect match to have both world. So with AM4, I am a power user, I am advanced user, and I can find everything I find on AXFX3. With a small unit, light, small, with a tonight the stage is really small. It's like the famous baked potato, that really is really small. So I cannot use FM9 is too big in that case. But you can think about to make a clinic and you need to fly it, and okay, you can bring your AM4 in your bag easily, fantastic, without compromise. You have the same sound. Okay, let's come back to your question, guys. Just received the AM4. Sounds great. The editing on the Unity is horrible. Why they didn't choose some push encoder? I'm not agree, absolutely. Honestly, I don't agree. To me, the editing is super simple. You select with the select knob and enter to edit. What do you? Because okay, there is thousands of opinions. People want to have the touchscreen. People want to have the encoder. This and that. Okay, I can say this approach is easy, is robust, really robust. Because honestly, I don't like the touchscreen for such kind of unit. Unit on the floor are. I don't like the touchscreen. I have really bad experience with the touchscreen because I touch and I modify some parameters accidentally, and was not a good experience. Especially when I increase the volume of 20 dB, and maybe I risked to destroy the PA. So and consider, guys, that Fractal unit is a very professional unit. It's not a consumer unit. If you like a touchscreen, if you like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, very nice, but okay, on the stage, and this is the reason that I tell you, you have the experience on the stage. You don't need the Bluetooth, you don't need the Wi-Fi, because try to use the Wi-Fi connection on stage. Try it. Try it. If you base your programming on the Wi-Fi and you go to this actual stage where there is everything connected to Wi-Fi, you have a lot of disturbance, lot of frequencies, and you cannot program anymore your preset because your tablet, your iPhone cannot connect in Bluetooth. Is not reliable connection on the stage, because the stage is fully of frequency, fully of disturbance. And if you do your homework at home in the studio in a perfect way, you need only to touch some effects. If you have to reprogram all the unit on stage, maybe you did a very wrong job, guys. Okay? How to do this? Follow my YouTube channel. I have no other I have no other hints. Okay. Perché non si possono premere? Why is not possible to push the knobs? Why is necessary? For what? Okay, it is an opinion, but I don't need to push the knob. For what? What I have the knob corresponding to the knob. Okay, I show you, guys. Okay, let me show. Where is it? No, it's not the wrong camera. Okay, I have to. If I select the amp, enter I move to tweak the gain. But why I need to push what? What is necessary? It is a knob. I have to rotate the potentiometer, nothing else. I can go to the second floor. What do you expect with the pushing knob? I don't know. Sorry for this, but if something's missed, okay. But of course, it's a opinion, but is now I don't think that Fractal will change this interface. Maybe because you have the pushing knob on Fractal FM3 is completely different interface. And again, what is your name? Electronic K808. Again, lot of people complains that the Fractal interface on board is too difficult, is too complex. Lot of people. This is a way to have a very simple interface. But in any case, all the interface is made for the easy use. And in this case, it is necessary to have the push. I think this is the philosophy. Honestly, I don't need nothing else. But of course, it is a matter of fact. Now they don't change the interface. Okay, now you have a. Ok, allora let me check the other question. Avendo Axefix 3, facendo le prove in questa è un'ottima opportunità per andare in giro più leggero. Exactly. The question from Fabri Mark is he has Axefix 3 and he says it is a very good opportunity to have the same sound in a small unit if you have to travel, if you make clinics, if you need to the rehearsal, and of course it is much more small unit and you can go everywhere. Posso controllare Logic tramite USB MIDI? I don't know exactly. I have to investigate, but I think so. But I don't know exactly if there is the USB MIDI included. Maybe yes, but I have to investigate. Okay, so let me check other question. Ciao Marco, I play in a worship band that relies on overdrive as well as multiple delay and reverb effects, often shimmer. Do you think the Fractal AM4 would be too limiting for this type of worship? On worship music, good question. Worship music, maybe you need a lot of ambient effect, but I think it is a matter of. I wanted to show you. It is a matter of programming. For example, this is my clean sound. If I need shimmering or something else, I remember you that also reverb block has some shimmering. So I can change the channel, because remember that every block has 4 channels like in the other unit. And I can activate, for example, the Ursa Major. Even there is these notes, the sound is perfect. There is no overlapping. Okay. If you know you don't need a shimmer, you can use a. Or I can use the Cloud Stratocumulus. Super nice. Or Nimbo Stratus. Things like this. I also play in a worship band. I know very well what do you mean and what is your needs, and you can tweak with the delay, with the reverb, and you can get a very amazing sound, perfect for worship. Okay, I hope that I answered to your question. I know that many of my customers use my preset in the worship, so I know very well what do you mean. I love the worship music, guys. I love so much. It is incredible because there is a very high-hand sound research to find out the very hi-fi sound with the huge ambient. I love it. I love it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, guys. Okay, there is other question. No, I don't see other questions. I will continue with some tutorial regarding how to use it. So about the interface, I wanted to make the specific lessons because to me the interface is very very nice and easy to use. And also I want to show how it's possible to use the beginners approach and the high-end expert level approach, and it is absolutely perfect. Okay, of course. AM4 is not a substitute of the other units. So if you need more, you can use FM3, FM9, XFX3, of course. This is, but in many cases, you can use AM4, especially on the live gig. It depends how to use, how to organize yourself. But as I show you, using 4 preset to me it is enough to play most of entire the concert, for example, of tonight. Okay, guys. Well, and also don't forget that you have incredible access to the unit, as I show you. So you can pressing 1 and 2. Okay, you can select it to use the presets mode, scene mode, effect mode, tuner mode, and also the amp mode. On the amp mode, for example, you can go directly to the amp section. You can activate the boost, you can select the channel, for example, directly from here. Sorry, I still have the. Okay. For example, I can go to the scene here and use the scene. The preset is the same, only the scene change in this case. You can work with the effects. You can also go to the amp mode, boost. Sorry, select the channel A. It is the silver clean. If you press again, you boost the amp. So, in a preset, you can do with the fit what you want. You can activate some. If an example, I wanted to activate the delay, I go to the effect mode. Not only, I can also go to the reverb. If I continue to press and hold the effect, I can access to the 4 channels, okay, and select, for example, plate gold. For example, I can put the shimmer on the channel Ursa major, for example, here, and stratocumulus on the channel D. Okay, nimbostratus. Perfect. Okay, so I am here, for example. So you can select any channels directly with the foot switch in the gig mode, and it's very, very, very nice. So you can customize your original preset as you want. Remember, any block has 4 different channels. Okay. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Well, I hope that this tutorial is helpful for you. If you have other questions and if you see the live stream in a second time, please put your question below the video. Subscribe on my YouTube channel and also G66 YouTube channel. Okay. Thank you so much to G66 for this opportunity. And I will also produce some presets for AM4 for the new user for AM4. So thank you so much for your attention, guys, and see you next time. Thank you so much.